Okay, part two about RFK Jr. and the Senate hearings yesterday. I firmly believe that RFK Jr. is one of the most, if not the most dangerous member of Trump's cabinet. He is a eugenicist. He is utterly incompetent. He has no training or expertise in medicine nor public health. He doesn't know how to read and understand data. He just regurgitates conspiracy theory, alt-right wellness grifter talking points. And yet he is in charge of the public health of 340 million Americans. He is doing tremendous harm. After RFK Jr. forced out the CDC director, 5 prominent members of the CDC, that's the Centers for Disease Control if you're not in the US, quit in protest saying, we can't do our job under this man. And then more than 1,000 employees of Health and Human Services signed on to a letter demanding RFK Jr.'s resignation. He got called up in front of the Senate. And I'm just going to speed run now through some of those clips. I want you to pay attention because RFK Jr. really showed his true colors yesterday.
Will you tell America that all adults and all children over 6 months of age are eligible to get a COVID booster at their local pharmacy today?
Anybody can get the booster.
I'm sorry?
Anybody can get it, Senator.
Anybody. So you're saying that is now the official rule of HHS. Anybody is eligible to get a booster by just walking into the pharmacy.
It's not recommended for healthy people.
No. If you don't recommend, then the consequence of that in many states is that you can't walk into a pharmacy and get one. It means insurance companies don't have to cover the $200 or so cost. As Senator Dr. Cassidy said, you are effectively denying people vaccines.
We're not going to recommend a product for which there's no clinical data for that indication. Is that what I should be doing?
What you should be doing is honoring your promise that you made when you were looking to get confirmed in this job.
You're going like this.
And that is, you promised that you would not take away vaccines from anyone who wanted them. You just changed the classification of the COVID vaccine.
I'm not taking them away from people, Senator.
It takes it away if you can't get it from your pharmacist.
Well, most Americans are going to be able to get it from their pharmacy for free. Most Americans will be able to get it from their pharmacy for free.
The question is everyone who wants it. That was your promise.
I never promised that I was going to recommend products with which there is no indication.
When you said...
And I know you've taken $855,000 from pharmaceutical companies, Senator.
Did you hold up a big sign saying that you were lying when you said that? Because you are the one who said you would not take them away.
Do you understand why I have a hard time watching clips of that man and not having my blood pressure go through the roof? He's a liar. He lied. Also, we are getting reports from Oregon and from several other states that people cannot get the COVID vaccine. They are being denied access to it. It's beyond whether or not your health insurance will cover it. Pharmacists are not giving it out. Because of this recommendation, this new policy from RFK that is entirely divorced from scientific research, it's entirely divorced from good public health policy. It is informed by Maha conspiracy theory anti-vax nonsense. Let's move on to the next clip.
Are you saying that the mRNA vaccine has never been associated with myocarditis or pericarditis in teenagers? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I am simply trying to say that the people that you have put on that panel, after firing the entire...
You're evading the question.
No, I'm asking the questions here,
You're
Mr.
evading
Kennedy.
that question.
I'm asking the questions,
I
Mr.
asked
Kennedy.
you a question.
I'm asking the questions for Mr. Kennedy on behalf of parents and schools and teachers all over the United States of America who deserve so much better than your leadership. That's what this conversation is about, Mr. Chairman.
Senator, they deserve the truth, and that's what we're going to give them for the first time in the history of that agency.
RFK Jr.'s claim here is that the Department of Health and Human Services has never once in its entire history been truthful with the American people. He will be the first person telling the truth. A man who's firing all of the credible physicians and researchers and replacing them with wellness grifter quacks. A man who has no training and expertise in public health or medicine, who clearly you could hear from the beginning of that clip, he does not know how to read and interpret data. He does not know how to read and interpret data, and he is in charge of the public health of 340 million Americans. See how angry and combative he is. Do you see the posture that he is taking here? These are his true colors. Let's go to the next clip from the hearings.
What I find a little bit weird in this discussion, I'm hearing it over and over again this morning, Mr. Chairman, is we've got the entire medical community on one side. You got the AMA representing hundreds of thousands of doctors, the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Public Health Association. All of these organizations are telling us that COVID vaccine and vaccines in general are safe and effective. You are casting doubt on that. Who are the organizations that are agreeing with you and casting aspersions on vaccines?
The primary advisors are Marty McCary, Jay Bhattacharya, Dr. Oz, Vinay Prasad.
So you got a few doctors who agree with you, and I'm giving you
Not a few doctors. What you're talking about is there's a big difference, Senator, between established science and the scientific establishment, which has been co-opted by the pharmaceutical industry.
So you're telling the American people that the American Medical Association, representing hundreds of thousands of people, have been co-opted and that they should not trust their doctors.
And I'm
the American Academy of Pediatrics, and by the way, just for the record, every single Republican, I don't mean to be political here, Mr. Chairman, has received PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. Are they all corrupt as well?
And I'm telling you, the American Heart Association has been co-opted by the food
Everybody
industry.
but you, Senator. But you know what? When you ran for president, we have a corrupt campaign finance system. Maybe you'll agree with me on that. Okay, you were running for president, you got $1 billion behind it. You received $300,000 from people, not from the industry, people in it, as I did, from individuals. You corrupt. President Trump got $3 million. Every Republican got corporate PAC money for the pharmaceutical industry. Democrats as well. Everybody is corrupt, but you? Is that what we're looking at? I don't think so. And I think the issue now...
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I think you do know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The issue is every time anyone disagrees with you...
Are you saying the pharmaceutical industry was supporting my presidential campaign?
No, I'm saying...
I don't think so.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the pharmaceutical industry is a greedy institution which is charging us the highest prices in the world. They are pervasive. But to suggest that every institution, the AMA, the pediatrics people... is corrupt because they disagree with you is an insult to the American people.
First off, go off, Bernie. But second of all, you understand that RFK Jr. is basically saying that every medical establishment, all of America's doctors and researchers are wrong, but he and a couple of quack grifters like Dr. Oz that he follows, they're right. That they're the ones who know better. That the tremendous volume of scientific literature on these issues is wrong. That no physician can be trusted. No former scientist with the CDC, NIH, HHS at all can be trusted. They're all in the pocket of Big Pharma. And only RFK Jr. knows what he's talking about. Even though he has no training, no expertise, is wholly unqualified, knows nothing about public health or medicine. In fact, he said, was it in his confirmation hearings, that nobody should take medical advice from him. This is a man who has spouted conspiracy theory nonsense for decades. He is a grifter. He is a eugenicist. He is incredibly dangerous. You need an organized public pressure campaign to push him out immediately before he kills millions of people. Your loved ones with autism, he wants to send them into institutions. Your loved ones with mental health issues who take SSRIs, he wants to put them on work farms, forced labor camps. He wants to deny America's children access to vaccines. He is firing competent physicians and replacing them with quacks. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. That doesn't make him less dangerous. It makes him more dangerous. He's in a position of incredible power and influence. He's an absolute boob who believes, promotes conspiracy theory nonsense. Overconfident, undercompetent, with an incredibly fragile ego. We've heard from his family members that he's insecure, that he sees himself as having achieved less than other Kennedys, that he's less smart than other Kennedys. And a man with a weaponized, fragile ego, a tremendous amount of money, willingness to do whatever a dictator wants, while also holding his own eugenicist ideals that he wants to promote. I cannot overstate how incredibly dangerous this man is. He needs to be removed from office, and a competent physician with public health experience needs to be in charge of HHS. Millions of lives are on the line.